everybody. I've just realized that my cosmetic bag is really ready to be thrown away. It's so messy. With other words, I need a new one. So I've decided while I'm doing it, I'll let you know how easy it is to do a nice little cosmetic bag yourself. What do you need? We have a look. It's really simple. Size-wise, it's always up to you which size you'd like to make. I prefer to make mine a little bit larger, because when I go away overnight, as an example, I like to as well put my toothbrush and my toothpaste in it, besides just my cosmetic stuff. And these tiny little ones you can buy, they're just not big enough for that. So I cut mine approximately 20 by 25 centimeters here. And you need 2 pieces, exactly cut the same. And for the lining, you need to cut the same kind of pieces, but all the way around approximately a centimeter smaller. As well, you will need a zipper. That zipper should be quite smaller than your actual width. But of course you should always be able to easily get your hand into it to look for something. What I as well prepared on my cosmetic bag right here is, I made on the other side already a little pocket. If you like to know how I did this double welt pocket, just go on one of my tutorials. You will find it under double welt pocket, and I exactly explain how I did this particular one. So I repeat, you need 2 pieces the size you like to have it. You need another 2 pieces lining and the zipper. And to the lining, one more tip. Always for the lining and something like that, choose a light colored one. As you all know, you got maybe a lovely bag and it's got a black lining inside, and you're trying to find your lipstick or your mascara and you can't see it because it's all black inside. If you put a light colored lining in it, no matter what you're searching for, you will always see it very easy. And that's it.
You take your 2 proper right pieces, outside pieces, put them on the top edge on edge together, take your zipper and mark the lengths for the opening for your zipper. Make it slightly longer so you will not have to stitch with your needle, with your sewing machine needle, over the hard bits from the zipper. Do the same marking on the lining material right away. Then you stitch the first couple of centimeters to your first mark. Don't forget to do a good back and forward stitching so those stitches are held. Do exactly the same on the other side. Make this seam slightly wider than a centimeter, otherwise you don't have enough for turning over. Then do exactly the same on the lining piece by stitching the first bit and the last bit for the opening for the zipper. Now you take the zipper, open it a little bit and stitch the opening part together, because that will make it easier to put it under your material to stitch it in. Now you can go to your ironing board if you wish, or just slightly fold it over with your fingernail, or anyway you will have to pull it a little bit on top of the zipper. Put the zipper down with the proper side facing you, and I always start on the end where the zipper is closed. I leave a little bit of space to make sure I will not hit with my sewing machine needle the zipper part. I start on this end without stitching back and forward, just so I'm holding more or less the material in position on top of the zipper. Because now I can look underneath, lie myself 12 to 15 millimeters width over, and can stitch the zipper under it. The turnover of my material should lie exactly on the middle of the zipper. So you go along there. The presser foot is practically running against the edge of the zipper. As I didn't put the zipper foot on, I have my normal sewing foot on at the moment. I opened the zipper, otherwise the opener would push my foot away. And I go to my last opening stitch there. Put everything in position underneath. Make sure I got my 12-15 millimeters underneath lying towards me. If you're not sure where your zipper is, then slowly go over that part, not to kill your needle. And you turn it around. And again, you got to put the turned over edge from your material in the middle of the zipper. Look underneath to make sure you're only stitching what you want to stitch. Now you can close the zipper, because then you can better see that the turned over edges will exactly meet in the middle of the zipper. Go to the end, and as I didn't do a back and forward stitching, I have to do this now to have a firm hold on this. Now you take your lining that you prepared with exactly the same. I slightly go over with my fingernail first, but you can iron it, of course, if you wish. Lie it left on left material and make sure you leave on each side the amount you cut it smaller. Leave that standing over equally. Now all you do is go along the edge of your zipper, of your seam that you have there, and stitch this part of the lining directly onto that seam underneath. Exactly again in the length of the opening that you left for the zipper part. You check it that you've done this correctly. Now you do exactly the same on the opposite side. And when you flip it over, you can see it's all lying there in the middle. Now you do exactly the same. You stitch exactly along the seam that you got there on top of your zipper. When you did the cutting for this little cosmetic bag, you can clean the edges off first if you wish with your zigzag or overlook safety machine, or you can do like I did on this one, just do the cutting with the zigzag scissors. That will be just the same. Now we have to close the 3 sides from the main material. I start by slightly going over my seam that I had from the first bits I closed for my zipper hole, because I like to later on cut all the edges off for a nice turnover. And then I just 1 centimeter width go all the way around those 3 open sides from the main material. I open the zipper a little bit, otherwise it's always difficult to open it for turning it around. And also on this corner now, I just slightly stitch over those first stitches again, so I can now easily, without those seams opening up in the top corners, I cut those edges for a nice turnover. Now we have to do the same with the lining part, because all those 3 sides are yet open. The same there. I start on the seam that I have there already, and then go down the edges 1 centimeter width, stitching down. Now we have to consider we need 1 hole, either there on the bottom or somewhere there on the side. I decided I'll leave my hole for turning the pocket around on the side. But it really doesn't matter, it's all the same where you leave the hole. You could have also left it on the first side. And also here I just go across. Now you just go inside that hole and slowly pull the whole pocket through the zipper that you got inside there over to the right side. Slowly, not to rip anything, bit by bit, until you got all the parts turned around. You can first, from this side, pull the corners slightly through. Now you still got your hole, so you take your scissors or some item that you have for pushing corners out nicely. I do this through this hole with my scissors. Careful, of course, because you don't want to ruin anything that you've done there. All four corners evenly pushed into its position. So all now you got to do is close the last little hole that you got left over. Again, there you're putting all the bent over, folded over edges exactly on top of each other, and just close that little hole. Now you put the lining inside, also push that into your four corners, and there you are. You got your own little cosmetic bag made. Make it any size you want, for any purpose you need it for. Make it the way you like it, with an outside pocket extra, or even not. That again depends on you. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I wish you lots of fun to repeating this. Bye until next time.